In every sea there's a mouth of a river where waterful riches flow down. Wide as no one knows why. And in every mouth there's a word of forgiveness that melts all the ice to the ground. Why do you sigh? I don't know why. Why do the stars fall down like pouring rain to let it flow again? So come a little closer to me. So many things I want you to see, my darling. In every tear is the sorrow of all the tears you've held for so long. But you make me cry. Let me run dry. In every tear, the sorrow, the tears you've held for so long. Oh cry, oh cry, oh cry, oh cry, sing it no, no, no. Why do the stars look down and feel they're all the same? Oh darling, so come a little closer to me. So many things I want you to see now, now, my darling. In every soul is the need to grow older, to speed up the passing of time. I don't know why, but it makes me cry. want you to see my, 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 my door. Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Jacob. I'm at home in my room, my true room in North London. I just released a song, and that's the song. I just played the song that I released. It's called Make Me Cry, and it's the first single from Jessie Volume 2, which is actually stupendously exciting. It's stegosaurously exciting. It's insane. I've been so excited to share that song with you for such a long time, and now it's with you, which is just the bee's knees. So go and listen to it. Oh, I should probably say that it's not available in the US yet, but it will be in a few hours. It came out in the UK, and I'm from the UK, and I'm in the UK. Thus, the celebrations are beginning. So yeah, this is the first song of a number of songs in Jessie Volume 2, the second in the Jessie Adventure. There are 4 albums. They're all coming out this year, which is kind of insane. In total, about 50 different songs across every musical genre and musical style under the sun. And Jessie Volume 1 came out last year in December. And Volume 2 is coming out on June 28th, which you'll be pleased to hear, no doubt. And so that song is in the world. You can go and enjoy it if you'd like to. And in the meantime, how are you guys? It's just great to see you. It really is. I don't do Instagram Live very much, and I'm doing it today. And so it's nice. It's nice that you're here with me in my room. What else is there to talk about? Well, I guess I just got back from touring. I was touring all over the world in Europe and in the USA for a number of months. February was in the European Union, and then March was in the US, and it was stupendously fun. And the last tour I did was with the one-man show, so it's just me, this man here. You see this man, this is Jacob, and I toured on my own, but this time it was with a band, and the band is super cool, and so we're able to communicate and talk and chill and discover and adventure, experiment, push things forward, push things backwards, and all the things that life is all about. And that was really cool. And thank you for all of you guys who came. Super, super lovely to see you. Really, genuinely lovely. And the tour is not finished. I'm continuing touring. Let me see. I guess in July I'll be going around Europe one more time, and there's plans to go to Australia in August, September. Hopefully South America in November, and then next year it just kind of continues. The whole thing just goes up and up and up and beyond, and that's cool. And so hopefully I'll see you somewhere. If I haven't seen you already, I'll see you soon. But yeah, Jessie is alive and well, and it's very exciting to be sharing this music with you over a continuous period of time. It's very intense. I knew it would be intense, making all this music and chasing all of my favourite musicians around the world. There are about 30 different collaborators on the albums, which is kind of insane. And I've chased them down one by one. I'm still chasing them down, and the thing is coming together, which is super cool. And there's lots of magical things for you to see very soon. As you're all here, I thought I may as well tell you to never let anybody make you any smaller than you are. And I would also like to say that there is no reason for you to be alive, not even one reason. And so don't take things too seriously. And I think sometimes the older we get, the more seriously people take things. And people think there's this great big meaning in your life, and that one day you'll get to the end and there'll be more meaning than there is right now. And actually there's no more meaning at the end of your life than there is at the beginning. And so you should enjoy just living in the moment that you're in, because that's the only moment that you will ever be in, is the moment that you are in. And there won't be a better present moment later. It's worth enjoying the moment that you're in. Anyway, I thought that was important to tell you. What else? Do you guys have any questions? I'm probably going to go to sleep quite soon because it's pretty late. But if you have questions, then you can ask them right now. Just ask them right now. Do whatever you do. Let me know. Let me know if there are any questions. And I will try to answer them right now. So, how am I doing is a good question. I'm doing good. I had to get up at 7 in the morning today. It's quite early, to be quite frank with you. Very early for me. I'm a night owl. I don't know if you are night owls. Are you night owls? I'm certainly a night owl. This is my zone right now, and traditionally I would now stay up into the night and create music, but I'm really tired. Want one of these? Yes, I do, and I'm going to eat one right now. Yeah, I tend to stay awake in the night time and create things at that point, which is the vibe. You know what else I might show you since you're here is I might show you the Logic session for the song, because some of you guys might be interested in this. Let me see if I can pull it up. In the meantime, are there any questions that I can answer? Let me see. I'm just closing the current project. Okay. What's your main instrument? This question was your main instrument. I think that my main instrument is probably the vocals, the singing voice. That's my instrument. Everybody has a voice, and everybody's voice sounds different. And sometimes people say, "Hey, Jacob, how can I find my own sound as a musician?" If that's something that you would maybe like to do, I would first recommend singing, because everybody sings just exactly the way they are. And sometimes there's a journey between what you hear in your head and what you're able to produce. But that journey is worth undertaking, because if you're able to sing what's in your head, you are fully fledged, and people will hear you, and nothing else will sound like that. So I think you should sing. That's what I would say to that question. Not that it was asked today. But yeah, so I think singing is probably my main instrument. The piano is such a good place to find chords, and I'm actually really a big fan of chords. Chords are nice things to be aware of, and a chord is when more than one note is played at the same time as another note. So, for example, this is a chord here. Let me flip this around. So that's a chord. So I like that one actually. Here's another chord, and here's the favourite of the three. Very nice indeed. So a chord happens when you put multiple notes together. Chords are difficult to find. Or more difficult to find in the human voice than on the piano, because the piano is just full of them. I keep on finding new ones, and I think there's so much to be learned from chords. And so the piano was something I was attracted to for that reason. And then I got the double bass when I was 14 years old, and I realised that there was such a thing as going, but not in my head. It was, you could do it in real life, and it was interesting because, you know, I had great big holes in my technique. I didn't really think of myself as an instrumentalist or a virtuoso or anything remotely close to that. In fact, when I was younger, my skill set was always a lot lower than my ear, and I was the kid in school with not any chops, but I could hear what was going on quite clearly. And I would still say I'm like that. I'd say that my technique invents itself where it's necessary. Challenges, then my technique will grow on its own. But I think that one of the difficulties nowadays is that people tend to be led by their technique, and their left brain defines them and defines their ego and defines themselves. And so the sort of informational things, which can be so appealing and so magnetic, can drive the music that's being made. And whilst it's exceptionally important to stretch your language and to speak as much of a language as you can, I would wager that it's difficult. I think it's more difficult to how can I put this? It's important to start with your heart. It's important to start with what your ear is. It's important to start with the textures that excite you and follow those, because you will always be the sum of your own tastes musically. And there will never be a moment where you realise that you've finished learning the technique. And some people think that when you sit down and learn technique of an instrument, there's this long road, and at the end of the road you have mastered the instrument. I just don't believe that's the case. I think that the way it works is that you continuously learn throughout your entire life, and you can gather phrases of a language, but the sooner you begin to put them together, the better. And so the sooner you create music, the better. And I learned a lot of my skills from creating things, and so I don't really think of myself as an instrumentalist per se, like this is Jacob the piano player, or Jacob the bass player, or Jacob the drummer. I guess I think of myself as a musician, and each of the instruments are different strands to that thing. And so when you get a Logic session that looks like this, which is the Logic session for the song that just came out in the UK and Europe and not the US, called Make Me Cry, that's coming out really soon in the US if you're in the US, which you might be because it's the kind of time that people will be awake in the US. There's lots of different musical instruments going on here, and I wouldn't say I've mastered any of them, but I would say I try to lean into them and have a keen understanding of what I would like to achieve with each of these sounds. Let me show you around what's going on here. If this Logic session will actually play. Yeah. Okay. So there are different sections of things going on.
In every laugh is the sorrow.
Okay, here's some nice things. So each of these tracks is actually a folder of other tracks. So if I open up this track, for example, then you get 2 tracks. If I open up this one, you get 2 tracks. Most of the time that's because I record with these mics. These are Mojaves, and I record as this is one channel in stereo, and I also record the room mics, which are there on the top of the door. And so that's the 2 tracks I've got going on. But all these tracks here, for example, let's have a listen to them, shall we? So this is my hang drum, which is over here, and I was actually gifted this hang drum by a fan in Russia, and I guess technically speaking, it's a tongue drum, and there it is. It's just gorgeous, and so I had to do a bit of pitch shifting to achieve this guy, but I did, and so that's the hang. And then up here there are some guitars that are doing the same kind of thing. Look, here's a jingly jangly. Yeah, tenor guitar. There it is. And so the layers begin, and there are so many different fragments of the song and so many different things which, if you zoom in, you can hear. But the only reason that every one of these layers exists is because I think of I suppose I think of a gesture, and in order to complete that gesture, I need to use the instruments around me. So it might be like something like that, and you can achieve that sound in many different ways. One of them is with the voice, and you can also do some things on the drums, or a sound on scraping on wood, or strumming on a thingy, and there's lots of different ways of achieving it. So sometimes if you start with primary colours, and then the secondary ones kind of emerge like as underneath branches, which is nice. I'm just looking around and seeing if I can find anything else that might be fun to play. But you should go and as you're here, you should go and listen to the song if you haven't already and you're not in the USA. And if you're in the USA, you can also listen to the song, but not right now, just very soon. You might like to see some of these. This is where the vocals happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Counting up the droplets of the tears falling from
This is the folder. Vocal tracks.
Keep you close to me and hold you tight. Wanna keep you burning bright. Take the words and
Okay, here we go.
So come a little closer to me. So many things I want you to see. My darling.
And there's more vocals down here, and this sounds like this. Which is very, very warm, and volume 2 is very warm, and there's lots of warmth involved. So here, for example, each note in the chord is usually sung twice. So these are the same note, and then this guy is a different note, and this guy is the same one, and this guy is the same note. So that's actually done 3 times. And so if you look inside chords, the notes inside chords are not equal. Some notes are more important than others, and some notes have specific spices that are necessary at certain moments. And if there's a very important note in the chord, I tend to sing it more times so that you hear that note more strongly. And so, yeah, when it comes to a great big wash of sound like this, it's important to prioritise. So these guys, for example, are decorative. I guess I forgot to crossfade some of these, but the song's already been released, so I can't help you there. Okay, but these are some vocal tracks. So this is all vocals. There's about 100 vocal tracks going on at one time. And yeah, this is what happens. I've been consistently frustrated at Logic, which is the software I use, which I absolutely adore, for not giving people the chance to add more tracks. There's a track limit, you see, of 253 audio tracks. It's just, quite frankly, not enough tracks. So I find myself sometimes using multiple Logic sessions to describe the way I'm feeling. Let's just see if there are any other ingredients that might tickle your fancy. Some tinkly keyboards, some kalimba, like a thumb piano. I'll switch it around. Some vocals there. Twinkles. Yeah, so her Janga is the name of a song that I wrote in 2015, and it's defined by this twinkly thing, and so whenever I add twinkles to songs, which I do tend to do quite a lot because I love twinkles, I named the bus her Janga. So her Janga is the name of the folder. That's how I keep things organised, by naming them by their flavours, I suppose. And down here we have let me see. Accordions and pianos. There's a few things that are muted that didn't make it in. Let's see what these guys sound like right here. So piano and sorts of things. At the bottom here we have Rain, and it looks like a voice memo to me. Recorded in 2013. That's quite old Rain. And we've got some crackle. I'm not sure you can hear that or not, but there is crackle, believe it. And here is, some, let me see, rain, thunder. There's thunder here, and there's sea. This song is about water. It's about the flowing of water, the passages that water can make, both metaphorically and physically, with tears and waterfalls and oceans and all sorts of things. And so thus, the presence of water in the song. And it underpins almost the whole song. There's water that goes almost the whole way through, which is great. Water is something that's worthy of experience and mention. It's worthy of mention and experience. Let me see if I can find one more thing that might tinkle your fancy. Maybe these guys. Let's have a look.
Gonna make you feel alright.
It's just some vocals. It's difficult, the sort of geography of these sessions, because it's easy to lose things. And you think, well, I did put the accordion somewhere, but just where is it? Because there's an awful lot of tracks, and so your sort of organisational skills become extremely important. And unfortunately, mine are poor, so I don't get on too well with organising tracks. But somehow things work out okay. I think these are the accordions, but I'm just not sure. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Because I'm not very good at the accordion, I recorded each of those notes separately and then added them on top of each other. So that was how I achieved chords, which is the way that music works, I suppose. And for those of you guys who are asking, the reason that my computer is able to stomach this number of tracks is due to its hefty RAM capacity, which is 128 gigabytes, I believe, which means I can play sessions like this without system overloads. But system overloads do come sometimes when you just don't know what to do. When that happens, you just have to just go do something else, like wiggle your thumb or something. Anyway, I mean, we could go on, and there's plenty of things to see. But actually, I should probably. Oh, I might show you this. This is the nose flute. There he is. His nose flute, and the nose flute looks like this. This is the nose flute in question, and you play it by doing that. Which is cool. So nose flute made it into the song, which is a nice thing to know about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our brief yet deep dive into the world of Make Me Cry, which is the song that just came out in almost every country in the world, which is crazy. It really is crazy. It's the first song I wrote for the whole of Jessie, the entirety of Jessie. I wrote it on January the 1st, 2018, which is the day I began to write the music for Jessie, and I'm still writing it today. But it's great that you can have it now in your life, and I'm looking forward to you spending some time with it and the songs that will follow. I'm probably going to go get some sleep pretty soon because, yeah, I've been awake for a long time, and you look really hungry, I have to say, so you should probably go and get some food yourself. I don't know what you're doing watching my Instagram live video. But it's great to see you, it really is. And we should do this more often. Just let me know and I'll give you a call again. And yeah, that's about it. Go and listen to the song, Make Me Cry. It's on Spotify. And in the meantime, just have a glorious and wonderful time. And see you very soon, somewhere in the world, whether it's from here via the internet or on stage somewhere playing a show. I believe that I will meet you very soon, and that's great. Thank you for your warm wishes and your comments, and see you soon. Lots of love. Ciao. Bye.